Police say this is one of the safest and quietest neighborhoods in Norwood. It's made up mostly of middle-income families. Neighbors and close friends of the Walters are stunned. They can't believe that something like this could happen here.
This one night, I was dreaming, and I woke up screaming. I was like, I've never been so scared in my life. I was like, so scared. This was the scariest I ever
you gotta
was.
give context.
Yeah.
All right, so I had come home, or I had been driving to work, and there was this guy in Chicago that started actually in Evanston, and he was on a killing spree. His name was Alton Coleman.
He has a way of getting next to people. He can talk his way into the home. He meets people on the street and can discuss religion. He can discuss politics. He's very forward, very well-spoken, very calm, and very deadly.
And so when I was driving to work, I heard that this guy was on this killing spree, and he had killed somebody in Wisconsin, then he had killed some people in Illinois, and then started driving east, and he had killed some people in Indiana, and the last time the guy was seen, he was still driving east. But they kept announcing, like making all these references in Chicago, because the guy was actually from Evanston. But he was on his way driving east.
And you were living in Evanston.
I was living in Evanston. At that point, I think he had already killed like 7 people, and it was kind of random and kind of weird. And so there was like an all points bulletin that they're still looking for this guy, but they're thinking they're going to find him in Ohio.
At this time, police have no idea whether Coleman is still in the area or if he's left town. But a nationwide bulletin has been put out on the vehicle he's believed to be driving.
And then I worked my shift, and then I came back, and I was sleeping that night, and I woke up in the middle of the night, scared to death, screaming. And I was screaming. I was so scared I was screaming, couldn't even talk. And eventually I could talk, and I was going, he's here, he's here, he's here. And my ex-husband was like, who's here? And I was like, he's here, he's in the house, he's here, he's here. And it was July, and the windows were open, so I'm sure you could probably hear me screaming a block away, and I was just screaming, he's here, he's here. And finally I could calm down enough to tell my ex-husband that it was this guy on this murder spree, and I felt that he was in the building. So, eventually I calmed down enough that I could go back to sleep. And then that morning, they caught the guy, like, right down the street from us.
Whoa.
He had come back to Illinois, he had come back to Evanston, and he and his girlfriend were in a park. We lived on the corner of Howard and Florence, and he was caught in a park on Florence.